Hi dear ones, we are expert to make your badly tangled hair to detangled. Don't cut your tangled matted hair. We can help you. Our goal is to save your hair. So, what are you waiting for? Please visit our salon. Welcome. Do you need our services? Please contact us. Our contact number 1877926287. Our website www.hairtangle.com. Thank you.
We're in the month of October 2016. We're recording a client for full head detangle services. We started actually yesterday, so we're just actually recording today. We'll update and explain what was done yesterday, the pre-prepping, and we initially tried to moisturize as much as we could, as well as get as much product in the hair as possible. We'll let the client explain why she chose to have her hair professionally detangled, and then after the client is finished, we'll come back and explain what we're doing, what we did yesterday, what we're doing today, and the process. It's probably going to be about a 2 to 3 day, if not maybe 4 day. We'll see day by day to detangle her full head. But she has lovely hair. It's thick, and I'll let the client explain why she chose to come and get her hair detangled. The professional hair detanglers, Tangled Hair Techs. Thank you.
I chose professional hair detanglers because I wanted my hair back. I went through a very lonely, sad time for about a year, and I lost interest in things that I once loved doing, like combing my hair and styling it. And I went through a process of healing and counseling, and I'm better, but I felt like the hair my tangled hair was sort of like a ball and chain of my past pain, and I wanted it back. I wanted to be free and move on with my life. And so I went from salon to salon to salon, and it was all the same thing, we need to cut it, and I just felt like I defeated myself if I was to cut my hair, and I didn't want to accept it, and luckily for me, my parents either. So we looked and just lo and behold, we came across the website Tangled Hair Techs, and it just seemed like this wonderful gift. And we researched, and it seemed legitimate, and we reached out, and so far it's been wonderful. Had a good experience for my first day.
Okay, so what we've done yesterday, initially when she came, everything was a mass like this. It was close together. All of this hair was in here like that. We saturated 6 bottles initially on her hair. So her hair is really, really full of takedown remover cream. Just to show you the product. This is a takedown remover cream that we use. We saturated her hair with 6 bottles of this. From there, we massaged, we wrapped it in plastic, and then we heated the hair. Then little by little, we start picking, of course, with a rat tail comb such as this, and then as well as the ones with the metal pointy tips. So that's what we're using to pick. And then some of the thicker rat tail combs as well, thicker plastics. So from there, we started picking, and with every type of matted hair, you have areas where you don't even know are like soft pockets. So when you soak the product, the takedown remover, it really helps for you to kind of open up hair little by little, not a lot. Like within here, it's still very dry, but as we start to open up here, we'll get more cream in it, it'll soften it up. So as we were picking along, all of a sudden there was a soft pocket under here. And usually you don't get the nape of the neck initially. Usually it takes time for you to kind of get the nape of the neck. But right under here, we were able to get all this beautiful hair out. So, which is good because it makes everybody happy because we're doing and moving faster than we actually expected. So we were able to get hair open here underneath. So as I'm opening it up, you can see how under here it's really, really soft. So we're able to pull some strands out more here, but the thing is you can't pull too much because you'll break the hair because a lot of these strands are still stuck up in this mass in here. So we'll still go back to picking and then see what we can loosen up under here. So we're kind of working two ways here. We're picking here, but because we were able to get an opening under here, we're starting to loosen the hair under here, but we're picking from here. Okay, so again, lean back for me just a little bit now. Again, here we are underneath. Here, we're gonna pick. Pick here, through here, and then underneath here. All underneath here is where we're gonna get most of the hair out initially as we go because it seems to be coming out faster. All the way into the roots up under here. As you can see, even the length of the matted mass is really long, so her ends are long. We haven't even got to the new growth at the roots, which is really going to make her hair extend even further. So that's what we're going to start doing. So we don't want to go, it's half and half out, so just we'll come back to it. And always be cautious of your client because some clients have tougher scalps than others, and you do a lot of tugging, you can give them a headache. So always kind of check in with the client. Make sure they're okay, they're see, that out. Beautiful, look at that area. It all connects back at the end of the day anyway. But you gotta keep moving. Because that's what happens with a lot of people when their hair gets matted, they'll get a little bit done, and it'll get to a point where it's not moving, they get frustrated, and they just stop, and then, you know, they let it go for some more time. But you gotta keep moving. That's why when we start to detangle a client's head of hair, we tell them, do not start the process and stop. We can't. Once we start, we can't stop. You gotta keep going. If it's gonna take 1 day, 2 days, or 3 days, you just can't stop and say, okay, I'll come back next week. It doesn't work like that. Because you start to get momentum. And there's this hair that's softening underneath that you don't even see. So if you stop, it's like taking you backwards. So it's better not to start until you can sit down for hours at a time or days at a time, or work on it every day. And if you've got to go out, you just got to cover your hair or something. You know, you can't like stay at home or come to the salon, you know, for consecutive visits. Okay, so we got to a stopping point right here. It's as far as it will let me go because the hair is half and half out, so we've got to kind of stop. But we've got another good sized braid.
Don't cut your tangled matted hair. We can help you. Our goal is to save your hair. So, what are you waiting for? Please visit our salon.
What I'm doing right there is that I got a big loop with my finger, a big chunk, but if I tug, it's not going to come So I'm taking the comb, just the tail part of the comb, the tip of it, and you can use the metal pencil comb as well, and just pulling one strand at a time. See, one at a time. So it's the same hook affair that I've got, same loop I've got. I'm pulling one at a time. It's just slowly coming out with all the cream in there, just making it easier. Easy as one at a time. And yeah, might take 10 minutes to sit here and do this, but who's looking at the clock? You're saving one strand at a time. So just take it right there, just like that. And so I'm pulling here, but it's stuck under there. Sometimes I'll go back and tug on that area a little bit and then come back to the loop again. Okay, we're on day number 3. We're getting ready to remove the plastic. We wrapped the hair overnight. So we had to use about 3 plastic shower caps, as you can see. And then individually we wrapped each, the netted mass is separated into 2 now. So individually we wrapped each one last night so that it could soak and absorb. We put more of the cream, the takedown remover cream on it, and we wrapped them individually. Then we put the hair around. We put 3 or 4 shower caps around it, and you can see the braid in the middle. So that's how far we got. So we've got a lot out in the middle in terms of the hair and the back. Most of the whole back of the nape of the neck is done. Our client is going to describe a little bit about how she feels so far. It's been 3 days so far, and she's hanging tough.
Yes, oh my gosh, I was so excited yesterday. I never ever expected for us to make such headway, especially when, one lump broke into 2. That was just, oh my gosh, that was like a glorified moment. Because that was like the very thing everyone, all the stylists from prior salons told me that could never be done. So that was always a fear coming into this, and seeing that it was totally possible, that just even made me more, optimistic and hopeful for what's to come. So I'm happy.
Great, okay. So now we're going to take the plastic off of each matted mass, and we've got 2 people working on each. We're going to have 1 person working on each matted mass today to make it a little faster, hopefully. But if we don't finish today, definitely it'll be tomorrow, and we'll of course describe the process of what we had to do. If we have to finish tomorrow, how we wrap the hair up today, to keep it still moist and saturated for tomorrow. As you can see, it's still pretty good size, the mass, but the ends, we've been able to kind of pick through the ends. So we're going to pick through, again from the ends, just putting more product, picking with the rat tail combs, the metal tip comb, as well as the plastic, the different sizes. We're going to use some of the larger sizes as well. We use the plastic wrap to wrap the hair because, again, it really seals in the cream, and it helps to prevent some of the oozing out. It still happens of the oil and the cream, but the key is to keep the hair moist. That's why when you start this process, you really have to continue. You just can't start and come back next week. It's just not going to work because you're going to lose momentum. You're going to lose the moisture that's in the hair, and all the cream will dry up. So that's the mess. So we're going to start picking from there, and then we'll go and see how far we get through today. What we have here, we're working on one of the masses, but it's kind of separated into 3. As you can see, you have a loop over here, We have this area, and then we have this. When you have a situation where you have one mass that's kind of separated, it's kind of like difficult to know which one to pick on, but you just keep picking on each little section little by little, because at the end of the day, they're all going to lead up here to the top of the mass to get to the roots. Here in this particular mass, we have a split. And sometimes when you have a split like that, it looks really, really difficult in terms of how are you going to pick the hair out. And of course, you always pick out little strands little by little. But if you spread open the middle of it, you a lot of times can go in the middle and pick out little bits of hairs that are webbed in between. Like this particular mass has a lot of different loops. A lot of loops. And you might say, well, how do I get through all these loops? But again, you're just going to take the tip of the comb and tug on each loop, little pieces of it, to see if you can pull little bits of hairs out. And if you tug and no hair comes out, fine, just let it go. But a lot of times, little by little, you can loosen them up. But if you pull in between the center and just keep stretching the center of this particular split of this mass, you continue to tug and pull on, or you'll hold it kind of like a pineapple. Actually, that's a good description, a pineapple. Spread it apart like the leaves, the top of a pineapple. Spread it apart so you can see, or open them up. And then you can hold it between your hands like this, so you can see right there in the middle and see what kind of hair it is. See, and you can still sometimes pull strands out little by little. See, some strands will come out right there. You might only get one or two, but you just keep trying. Keep trying to spread it open. Out of it. And this braid here is what we did yesterday.
I don't want to believe that because of my own suffering, I would have to give up my hair. I definitely felt defeated, thinking that was a possibility. I went through my, as a part of my healing, I went through counseling, and I wanted to save my hair. I felt guilty about letting it get to such a state, and I wanted, to do whatever means necessary to say that it was like she said, it was a tedious process because I visited multiple salons, and it was the same answer. No, this isn't possible. Just cut it. And it was demoralizing. It really was. But I had to believe there was something out there, and luckily, really, really fortuitously, I came upon Detangled hair techs on their website, and it at first, of course, it seemed too good to be true. I mean, here's this thing I've been searching for a year, and it's finally here. So I researched it because I really couldn't entertain another disappointment, and it turned out to be legitimate, and the principles seemed sincere enough. So I followed through with it, and This has got to be the best decision of my, I wouldn't say my life, but definitely of this year. I'm so happy and thrilled with the service, and I really have no complaints. It's been a wonderful adventure, and the techs, they really do their best to accommodate you, to make you feel comfortable, to make you feel beautiful, and the fact that they believe in what they do and they believe in who you are. There's absolutely no judgments passed. It's an open, free space. And you will blossom here. And the process is it can be, trying because you are sitting here day after day, but just imagine the possibilities of when they're finished. Like, you get yourself back. And I think that alone is like worth everything. So thank you guys.
Okay, we're here today, day 4, our last day. We have detangled. Of course, this is like day 1, day 2. This is what we did yesterday, day 3. Initially, of course, a lump looked like this yesterday. And we, of course, combed through that. And this is the braid of the hair that was detangled through. So we're going to finish this today, comb through this, and then shampoo, and then she'll be free to start and get her hair trimmed and move forward. Finally finished, thank God. In the name of Jesus, we are finished. It's been 4 days of a lot of strain and joy and pain on the client. As you can see the hair, we haven't shampooed yet, but we just wanted to show what we've done. She's gonna have to definitely get a good trim, and you can see at the ends how they are. She's got a lot of split ends. The middle, no bald patches, as you can see. Her scalp is a little red, of course, and that's normal. It's been tugged on for 4 days and hasn't been used to that, so it's normal to be a little red, but she's been using peppermint oil just kind of to soothe the scalp. But this is it. Ma'am, would you like to say anything?
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I'm really happy and I'm so grateful. Thank you. And we always suggest that you wash the first wash to get a lot of the takedown remover out with a 2-in-1 shampoo, a conditioning shampoo, a 2-in-1, so that you won't have to do a lot of combing with the conditioner. Of course, you do have to comb the shampoo through, but at least, because the scalp is going to be really sore and you don't want to do a lot of brushing and combing, you just want to comb the shampoo through. If you use a conditioning shampoo, 2-in-1, that kind of helps kill two birds with one stone. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And then you can go ahead and just give your scalp a chance to relax and breathe and go from there.
Hi, we are thankful to Matted Hair Doctor. Their services are excellent, awesome, and super. Please visit Matted Hair Doctor Salon to make your tangled hair detangled. Thanks.